Configure initial router settings. Verify the default router configuration. Establish a console connection to R1. Choose console cable. Okay, go here, connections. Console cable is this, the light blue. Click PCA, select RS-232 port, click R1, console port. Click PCA, click here, and go to desktop, and go to terminal. And then OK. Press enter. Press enter. Now you can see the prompt. Now you are on user exec mode. Enter privilege mode and examine the current configuration. You can access all the router commands from privilege exec mode. Because many of the privileged commands configure operating parameters, privileged access should be password protected to prevent unauthorized use. So enter privilege exec mode by entering the enable command. Enable, enter. Now you are on privilege exec mode. Notice that the prompt changed in the configuration to reflect privilege exec mode. Now you have this character. Enter the show running config command. Show running -config. Enter. Okay. What is the router's hostname? Okay, here hostname. The hostname is router. Router. How many fast Ethernet interfaces does the router have? Okay, press space key. Space key. Space key. And now you can count. This is gigabit. It's not fast Ethernet. Gigabit, serial. Okay, fast Ethernet 1, fast Ethernet 2, 3, and 4. The answer is 4 fast Ethernet interfaces. How many gigabit interfaces? Okay, 1 and 2. The answer is 2 gigabit interfaces. And serial interfaces, 1, 2. 2 serial interfaces. What is the range of values shown for VTY lines? Okay, press space key and VTY lines from 0 to 4. Okay, and here you have 5 virtual lines. Okay, from 0 to 4. This is the range. Okay, display current contents of NVRAM. Show startup config. Okay, show startup -config. Show startup config. Enter. Okay, startup config is not present, so it's empty. Why does the router respond with the startup config is not present message? It displays this message because the configuration file was not saved to NVRAM. Currently, it is only located in RAM. Okay, NVRAM is empty. Configure and verify the initial router configuration. To configure parameters on a router, you may be required to move between various configuration modes. Notice how the prompt changes as you navigate through the iOS configuration modes. Configure the initial settings on R1. configure R1 as the hostname. Okay, you are on privileged exec mode, so you need to go to global configuration mode and use configure terminal command. And now you can see you are on global configuration mode and configure R1 as the hostname. So hostname R1, okay, capital R1. Configure message of the day. Unauthorized access is strictly prohibited. Okay, banner message of the day and use uh, characters and insert the message unauthorized. Okay, case sensitive unauthorized access is strictly prohibited. Okay, this is the command. Banner message of the day. Start start character unauthorized access is strictly strictly prohibited. Okay, case sensitive and the final character. Enter. Encrypt all plain text passwords. Okay, use the service password dash encryption command. Service password encryption. Enter. Use the following passwords: privilege exec, unencrypted, Cisco. Okay, how to configure this? Only use enable password Cisco. Cisco is the password. And use the keyword password for unencrypted. Enter. Privilege exec encrypted. It's a secret. Okay. Enable secret and the password. It's a secret. Be careful. This is the password. It's a secret, but use the secret keyword for encrypted. Okay, enter. And console password, let me in. You need to go to line console. Okay, so line console. There is only one console and it's 0. Enter. And now you are on line configuration mode and you can configure the password. Let me in. Password. Let me in. Okay, this is the password. Enter. And enable this password with a login command. Okay, login. Enter. Now exit from line configuration mode. Exit. And now you are on global configuration mode again. Verify initial settings. Verify. Okay, verify the initial settings by viewing the configuration for R1. What command do you use? Okay, first go from global configuration mode to privileged exec mode. Use exit. Enter, and now you are on privileged exec mode. And the answer here, what command do you use, is show running config. Show running dash config. Enter. And now you can see the configurations and the host name, the enable encrypted password, enable unencrypted password, the line console password, the banner, Okay, exit the current console session until you see the following message. Okay, this message. Exit. Okay, now you can see this message. Press return to get started. Okay, press return to get started. Now press enter. You should see the following message. Okay, enter. And now you can see the message of the day. Okay, unauthorized access is strictly prohibited. The message of the day. Okay, and why should every router have a message of the day MOTD banner? Okay, every router should have a banner to warn unauthorized users that access is prohibited. Message of the day banners can also be used to send messages to network personnel such as impending system shutdowns or who to contact for access. If you are not prompted for a password before reaching the user exec prompt, what console line command did you forget to configure? Okay, the login command. Okay, remember this. When I configured online console, I configured the password, but also you need to enable that password, that connection with login command. Enter the password necessary to return to privileged exec mode. Okay, here press enter. This is the console password. So console password was let me in, enter. Okay, now you are on user exec mode and go to privilege exec mode with enable command. Enable. Okay, and this password is the privilege exec encrypted password, and it's a secret. It's a secret. Enter. Now you are on privilege exec mode. Why would the enable secret password allow access to privilege exec mode and the enable password no longer be valid? The enable secret password overrides the enable password. Okay, the encrypted overrides the unencrypted. And if both are configured on the router, you must enter the enable secret password to enter privilege exec mode. Okay, this is the encrypted password, enable secret, and this is unencrypted password, the enable password. If you configure any more passwords on the router, are they displayed in the configuration file as plain text or in encrypted form? Explain. The service password encryption command encrypts all current and future passwords. Okay, this command, service password encryption. Okay, this command, service password encryption. Save running configuration file. Save the configuration file to NVRAM. You have configured the initial settings for R1. Now, back up the running configuration file to NVRAM to ensure that the changes made are not lost if the system is rebooted or lose power. What command did you enter to save configuration to NVRAM? Okay, on privilege exec mode, use copy running dash config space startup config. Okay, copy from RAM running config is the source, and to the destination copy to startup config NVRAM. Okay, copy from RAM to NVRAM or copy from running configuration to startup configuration. Enter. Confirm, enter. Okay. What is the shortest unambiguous version of this command? Okay, is copy cop run to start. Okay, enter, enter. Okay, and works fine. And it's the same command, but is the shortest version. And also you can see the contents of startup config and use the show as startup dash config. Enter. Now you can see all the contents space. We have the same contents of the running configuration, but is the startup configuration. Save the startup configuration file to flash. Although you will be learning more about managing the flash storage in a router in later chapters, you may be interested to know that. As an added backup procedure, you can save your startup configuration file to flash. By default, the router still loads the startup configuration file from NVRAM, but if NVRAM becomes corrupt, you can restore the startup configuration by copying it over from flash. Okay, examine the contents of flash. Okay, use show flash, enter. Okay, remember you are on privilege exec mode. Use show flash command to view the contents. And now in this case you have three files: the iOS image and two more files. Okay, how many files are currently stored in flash? Three. Which of these files you guess is the iOS image? Is this C1900 Universal K9 and that being this file? Why do you think this file is the iOS image? For is that being, okay, and also shows the router series C1900 series. Copy a startup config to flash. Okay, copy the startup config to flash. Okay, copy from NVRAM to flash or copy startup config to flash. Enter. Confirm, enter. Copy it. Very good. The router prompts you to store file in flash using the name in brackets. Okay, this name. If the answer is yes, then press enter. If not, type an appropriate name and press enter. Okay, so here you can specify another name, but by default you can use this name, startup-config, and press enter. Okay, show flash to verify. Show flash, and now you have four files, and one is the startup config. Okay, completion 100%. Thank you very much.